Hey guys, Gina with YA Fiction Freaks, and I had showed you these in a book haul a couple months back. My new obsession, George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones, and Clash of Kings. I've read them both now, and so I thought I'd just do them together. I'm now reading A Storm of Swords, but actually I don't actually read the books. I listen to the audios on my way to work, because if you guys have watched my videos before, you know Angie and I both have an hour drive to work and an hour ride home. So we drive for 2 hours Monday through Friday. So I love to get audios, and this is a perfect audiobook because they're like 30-some hours long. They're like really long. I think Storm of Swords has been the longest one, and I can't remember how many hours it is, but it's probably close to 40. It's crazy. But they are really good. The guy that does them has like the perfect voices. He does different voices. It's kind of like if you listen to the Harry Potter series on audio ever, how Jim Dale does the different voices, and he's got like that perfect voice to do Harry Potter. They're kind of like that, so they're really, really good. So if you really love the series, and even if you have read them, I recommend that you go get the audio and listen to them too, because the audio is really good if you just want to like refresher and go back and listen to it. But Game of Thrones, I really love them. I love Game of Thrones, just the introduction to the series and the land and the worlds. I will say that I watched the series, and if I hadn't have watched the series, I don't know that I would have been able to keep up with all the characters and know who was who. Because I watched the series, I picture the people that they had in the series, and it helped me. So it is a huge cast and a huge amount of storylines and characters, which I love. And I do enjoy the read way more than Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings movies, but the books are just kind of boring because of all of the descriptions and stuff that he gives. George R.R. Martin doesn't do a whole lot of that about the lands and things like that. So it is really good. It's definitely fantasy, drama. It's kind of in that period of kings and queens, but it is a different world. There's fantasy elements. So it's really, I definitely recommend it. I think that some people will have a hard time reading it just because of the huge character base and the different storylines, but I love George R.R. Martin's writing, and I love how he weaves all the little storylines into one big story. It's really awesome. He's an awesome writer. And I will say, I was struggling between, do I go on with the book or do I watch the series and get ahead in the series or ahead in the book? And I will say that when I was doing both and trying to discover what to do best, I recommend, actually, if you can watch the series, to actually watch the series and then listen to the audio or read the book. And the reason, and with anything else, I probably would never say that, but the reason is it gives you who the characters are, and also because the show leaves a lot out. If you do the show first and then you read the book, you get even more out of the book, so it just enhances the whole story. If you read the book first, because at times I was ahead in the book, then watch the show, all you do when you watch the show is know what's missing. But if you watch the show and then read the books, you just get more added to the story that you already know. So if that makes any sense whatsoever, I would recommend that for sure. I enjoyed it that way more, the show, than the book. But the show isn't for everybody. Like I said, it's very like adult, and so kids out there, you should definitely ask your parents, and probably not be able to see it until you get older. So I don't really like, because of the HBO thing, I don't really like some of the content that's in it, but it doesn't seem like it's just, most of it doesn't seem like it's thrown in there. Most of it seems like it's warranted and it's well written. So, but this storyline really kind of leaves you hanging, and you really want to go to the next storyline. And I'm not going to go into a lot of description, because I know if you guys have watched other reviews, and if you've read anything about these series, you kind of know that there are different. There's Westeros, which is one big land, and then there's several different little like kingdoms and lands, and there's one king, and then there's these lords of these lands that answer to the king. And in book 1, that's kind of showing you all of that. And the hand of the king gets killed, which right off in the beginning he's dead. And that's what this book's all about. Is kind of like what happened there and what's going to happen now. The Clash of Kings is kind of without giving too many spoilers or anything, it is about the lands, or the lords, all kind of everybody fighting to be king. I won't tell you why and that kind of thing, but everybody fighting to be king. So it's Clash of Kings, and it's really good. I'm actually on the 3rd one, like I said, Storm of Swords, and I'm about midway through. I've been having kind of trouble listening to it because I've been so busy. I've been off work a lot and at a lot of my kids' school functions and field trips and things like that because school's ending and we've been out on vacation. So it's really taken me kind of a long time. If you guys are friends with me on Goodreads, if you're not, please do be. If I have 2 of them and I can't get rid of the one, but the correct one, if you go to our blog, it's yafictionfreaks.blogspot.com. If you find our blog, go to the main screen, scroll all the way down, and it will say Angie's Goodreads and my Goodreads. And of course, if you do just go to Goodreads and look me up, Gina Sharp. If you look me up, then you will you'll know which one's the right one, because I am reading Storm of Swords right now, and and you can see that I'm constantly got something up reading and stuff. So I really love Goodreads and recommend everybody to do that. And I love when you guys ask me to be friends. I love seeing what you're reading. I spend a lot of time on Goodreads and finding good books that people are recommending. I love when people recommend books to me or message me. And I, almost every day, if I've read, I update it to tell you where I'm at in the book and stuff. So, and I love to talk about the books and comment back and forth with where I'm at in the book and what's going on and stuff. So if you guys want to find me there, that'd be great. And find Angie. I think Spencer is on there too, and I think he's on our blog, so you can find him. And I hope you guys have a wonderful summer reading experience, and happy reading.